Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, California Weather Watch. Today is February 28th, last day of meteorological winter. Enjoy it out there. And you can see we're looking at the infrared satellite imagery. We've got this cutoff low here off the coastline, hoping that it kicks off a little bit of some light rain here as we go through the day today. There's even an outside chance that this low could kick off a thunderstorm as we go through the day today as well. Then we've got additional systems we'll be rolling through here. We'll take a look at each individual one of those, especially the one that is coming next. There's thunderstorm potential with that and some mountain snows. And also on the side of the National Weather Service stuff, I just want to give you one example of what they do. For example, due to recent budget cuts, the Kotzebue, Alaska weather balloon there is no longer being launched. So you might think, what's the big deal? But there's really no other way to sample the atmosphere at levels as you go up other than a balloon launch. You can have a plane doing it and things like that, but you don't have planes going directly from the surface and up. So the balloon is a much more effective way. Plus, it's timed with all other launches across the planet. So it gives us a pretty detailed look at the upper levels of the atmosphere here. So when you take that away, you take away key data that is being fed into our weather models. That immediately makes our weather models less reliable and less accurate data. So people have been telling me, oh, well, AI will handle things like that and AI will do that stuff. It's like, well, where do you think artificial intelligence gets that data? It parses that data from these balloon launches, and you don't have that. It makes everything weaker here. So that's just one example of thousands I could give you at what the National Weather Service brings. And obviously these satellite images here and things of that nature and all the Doppler radars across the region. And not to mention that the FAA and air traffic control, where do they get their weather data from? Their forecasters at the National Weather Service write aviation forecast discussions multiple times a day. So it makes everything less safe when you do not have a properly funded National Weather Service. There's my daily rant there. Sorry for going on about that, just kind of a passionate topic. But now taking a look at the view here across Southern California, there's that low pressure system there. There is a little bit of light precipitation. I don't know, that might be Virga not quite reaching the surface, but some models do show some precipitation kicking up here as we go through the day today. You can see some of the snow-capped mountains there as well, and our next frontal system to the top left. Now, if you want a nice, affordable weather station, capture some of this data at your own house, great smartphone app, help support the channel. Click on the link down below to save 10% off. Now, Los Angeles National Weather Service, you see they do put 10 to 20% chance of thunderstorm here for Friday night. I'll show you some of the weather model data on that here in a moment. But we also have other rounds of precipitation moving in as we go through this weekend and then through next week also. So thumbs up for that. And then through the extended forecast, we have the potential for additional systems as we go on in through the month of March. Taking a look here, Death Valley, Valley of Fire. Look at that, 79 degrees. Bring a jacket. Dangerous cold there for Death Valley. You guys know that I'm kidding there, but yeah, fun stuff seeing the Death Valley cool down like that a little bit. Now, here's the storm timeline on the National Weather Service Sacramento. So Saturday, Sunday, you see you got some moderate rain, snow, scattered thunderstorms, breezy southwest winds, snow levels 4,000 to 5,000 feet. And then we may get another system here Wednesday through Thursday. Again, I'll show you more on that here in a moment. And the active weather may go all the way on into the first 10 days of March. You can see it's got some moderate risk for some heavy rain out there, moderate risk for some snowfall, and some slight risk across some of the Sierra Nevada as well. Now, taking a look at the North American model. So if I put this in motion, you'll see kind of the spin in the atmosphere that is our cutoff low. We look to see what kind of precipitation it may start to kick off. And you can see it kick off maybe some thunderstorms here, just kind of randomly popped up on the coastal range, San Luis Obispo there, just north of Point Conception. There's the Los Angeles and San Diego metro. Then you can see some of these showers try to form across some of Southern California as well, some of the higher terrain as we go through tomorrow morning and on into the day Saturday. You probably can't rule out a few showers across the peninsula and the transverse range. And also the next frontal system is bearing down as we go through the day tomorrow, and you can see that pushing onto some of the coastal areas there. You can actually see the frontal system bringing some decent precipitation amounts across the Sacramento Valley, across some of the Bay Area, and there is going to be a thunderstorm risk as we go through the day Sunday here as well. These could be producing some lightning, and you see this dropping down towards the transverse range and the peninsular range yet again, and some mountain snows as well. So taking a look at, I wanted to show you the world's smallest wind advisory. This was actually issued this morning about 8 a.m. Look at the grapevine. There's a wind advisory, little yellow. They're right on I-5. So kind of an interesting, cute little thing there. But yeah, there's I-5. There's Tehachapi right there. And you can see places like Goshen, King City off to the upper left. Now, taking an overall view of things here, this is the west coast of North America and Hawaiian Islands down to the bottom left. There is our cutoff low here moving through, and then our more dynamic system rolls through as we go through this weekend. That's the one we were just talking about a little bit here. And then we get a little transient ridge, and then we bring another hopefully dynamic system into the state as we go on in through Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of this following week. And as we scroll off into the future, another ridge moves through, but then quickly a nice trough right off the coast of west coast of North America. And yeah, hopefully that'll keep the active weather. You can see another one followed up with that way off into fantasy land there. That would definitely be a dynamic system there. So good news on that front. Now, taking a look at that, let's see what the European artificial intelligence shows. It does show, again, a little bit of shower activity as we go through tonight into tomorrow morning for Southern California. Then the next frontal system comes rolling in. Looks like it holds that off really until about Saturday afternoon, evening, and then it starts to bring that in as we go through Sunday morning. There's Sunday late morning, and there's Sunday afternoon, and a lot of the state is getting precipitation by this time, and that continues on into Sunday night, showers continuing through portions of Monday. And then another system rolls through next week. So that is definitely good to see. That would bring another bout of rain down towards Southern California. And then if we go off and check out Fantasyland, we do dry out for a bit there, but then we get these additional systems as we continue through the month of March. Some of those could be potentially dynamic as we go towards the mid portion. Now, total precipitation in inches, I'm going to jump all the way out here. And you can see this is looking 15 days out. Not bad for the state of California, including portions of Southern California. Of course, you're going to get less across the desert areas, but this is just kind of a broad brush look at what potentially could be happening over the next 15 days. If we take a look at lightning flash density potential, as we go through tomorrow, you can see that across the transverse, some of the peninsular ranges, and maybe up towards the southern Sierra Nevada, a thunderstorm cannot be ruled out. And as we go through Sunday, you can see that frontal system and the cooler air aloft behind it will be bringing that thunderstorm potential for Sunday as well. And then we scroll off into the future, and maybe something will pop up as we go through next week. That would be next Wednesday here with that arrival of the next system coming in here. So good news on that front. And just a reminder here that when these systems do move through, you know, the winds, strong westerlies, southwesterlies across some of the mountain areas out across the desert. And you can see some of this activity moving down the coastline here as well. And then we start to scroll off towards Tuesday and Wednesday here as that next system would drive down across the region. So yeah, we have to watch out for gusty winds at times. We'll get into more detail on that as we get closer to these individual systems. 12-hour precipitation total. So this is a running total here. And again, this is nice from the European. It does show some of this precipitation as we go through late tonight and on through the day tomorrow. And again, can't rule out some lightning activity with those showers. Next frontal system starts to roll in tomorrow evening. Starts to come across some of Northern California, the Bay Area, even the San Joaquin Valley coastal areas. And this one does get down towards Southern California as well. And there'll be some decent mountain snows with that as we go through the day, Sunday on in through Monday there as well. Then you can see as we go on in through Monday, the precipitation ending from north to south. And then we start to bring in next week's system as well. Could be another nice weather maker here for the state. And 12-hour snow, 10-to-1 ratio. So let's run through this really quick as well. So as we go through, and I didn't see much here across Southern California with that one, but the next system up, you can see it is going to bring some snow for the higher terrain of the Sierra Nevada. And as I mentioned, some of those snow levels could be down towards even 4,000 or 5,000 feet with some of this moving through initially. And then we wait for the one coming up here next week as we go through Tuesday and Wednesday, maybe even a little bit better of a snowmaker there. And again, that's a 12-hour running total. And you can see some of that does drop down towards Southern California as well, at Peninsular Range and the Transverse Range, getting a few inches of snow out of that event as we go through the mid portion of next week. Now let me update this here really quick also. So taking a look at wave action, you can expect some bumps in the wave action as these systems are moving through. Here goes this weekend system really picking up the wave action down towards the Bay Area, the Central Coast, then eventually down towards Southern California as we go through the day Monday. A little bit of a break here before additional systems come in next week as well. Looking at the temperatures for today, not bad out there. You know, some pretty warm conditions. You can see this upper 70s all the way up the Sacramento Valley, much of the San Joaquin Valley. A lot of California pretty darn darn right warm. But watch what happens. We go through Saturday, we drop it off a little bit. Then watch the drop to Sunday. Look at that huge drop, 24-hour drop, especially across the valley area, Southern California. We're definitely going to feel the difference from where we are today versus where we are going to be on Sunday as we drop things down across the desert areas as well. And then we scroll on in through next week a little bit here, and we keep those temperatures a little bit suppressed. Maybe towards the end of the week, we'll bounce back for a little bit. No promises. Now, I brought this one up as well. This is the European 24-hour 2-meter temperature change. Look at this from Saturday afternoon to Sunday afternoon. Huge change. Some areas 20, 25 degrees, 24-hour difference in temperature, and all the way down towards Southern California, some areas in some of the San Joaquin Valley, some of the higher terrain. Yeah, so if you're off across the backcountry, keep that in the back of your mind. Big changes between Saturday and Sunday incoming. And here's the 6 to 10 day. The latest was updated yesterday. Above normal for the West Coast, below normal for California. And again, good signal there, above normal for the West and below normal temperatures. We'll definitely take it as we head on in towards the month of March. Here's as we go through the extended forecast. Again, I showed this briefly in the Sacramento National Weather Service graphic, but this is the moderate risk and the slight risk for some heavy precipitation as we go on in through March. And there's that snow potential as well as we go on through March 7th through the 11th. Some wind risk here too as well. I just like to kind of show these products from time to time. We checked out the drought monitor yesterday, and I don't see any changes there for California. We need some additional rounds of precipitation in here to make a dent in this drought. There's a lot of extreme drought here across the Southwest. But anyway, hope you guys are having a good day. Sorry about going on the rant about the National Weather Service. Feel like it's my duty to do so. I did work for the National Weather Service for several years back in a previous life here, actually back in the 90s and the early 2000s. But yeah, I still work hand in hand with today. I do work for Alaska Airlines. I'm a flight controller. I forecast for many locations across North America, Hawaii, Alaska, Mexico, all over the place. I'm an active weather forecaster, and I work hand in hand with the National Weather Service and the FAA and air traffic control. So I figure that I should probably, give my opinion on this matter. So anyway, I hope you guys are having a good day. Otherwise, we will do this all again tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys then.